In this video, we're going over the new top 5 fastest TTK meta loadouts here in Black Ops 6. I'm going to be going over both 5 as well as 8 attachment class setups. Let's get into it. For class setup number 1, we're taking a look at the KRIG. This assault rifle has grown on me so much. It is nasty. For the optic, we're going to be rocking the Kepler Microflex, making everything easier at those medium to longer ranges. Now, for the muzzle, we are going to be rocking the suppressor on the KRIG. This weapon has very low recoil, which is a massive W, so we can stay off the radar and build up a quick and easy streak. Now, for the barrel, I highly recommend running the long barrel to bump up that damage range, giving us the fastest time to kill at those medium as well as longer ranges. For the underbarrel, we're going to be rocking the vertical foregrip. This is going to drastically improve horizontal recoil control, so we can go full auto across the map without worrying about a thing. Now, for the magazine, this is going to be a little bit of a surprise. I do recommend putting on extended mag 2. We're rocking the drum, giving us 70 rounds. Do not sleep on this. Just like the XM4, this weapon is disgusting with a drum mag. Now, for the rear grip, because this is an assault rifle, the commando grip is going to be mandatory, bumping up both aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed, so we can outgun players at any and all ranges, especially those close and medium ranges. Now, for the stock, I highly recommend putting on the combat stock. This is going to be amazing on the KRIG, improving your aim walking movement speed and even bigger flinch resistance, so you can stay on target at those medium longer ranges and make sure you get the kill. We're going to be skipping over the lasers. These give away precision. You do not want to run this on any of your KRIG setups. And for the fire mod, in order to make things a lot easier to use, we are going to rock recoil springs, taking advantage of much needed horizontal recoil control as well as vertical recoil control. Overall, a disgusting class setup. You guys are going to see in the firing range, this 8 attachment build means business. We're going to have a KRIG setup that's going to have a respectable ADS as well as a sprint out speed, and it's not going to have any recoil. I am going to go ahead and showcase the 5 attachment build as well, but I mean, look at how fast the reload is with a 70 round drum. That is ridiculous. Now, if you want to run the 5 attachment setup, we are going to remove the recoil springs. We're also going to go ahead and remove the combat stock. And believe it or not, we're still going to maintain that extended mag 2. We're going to remove the suppressor. We're going to rock this weapon loud and proud. This is essentially a light machine gun, but with AR handling. It is fantastic. Great ADS, great aim walking speed, and we're still going to have that recoil control. Overall, a great build. The only negative is that we're on the radar, but we have 70 rounds to dish out. It's not that big of a deal. For class setup number 2, we're taking a look at the SAUG. Love it or hate it, this is one of the fastest killing submachine guns both in Black Ops 6 and Warzone. Luckily, the iron sights on this weapon are a W. No need to waste an attachment slot, which is huge for a 5 attachment build. We are going to run a muzzle, and we're going to be utilizing the suppressor. We're going to be getting behind their spawn and flanking. This is a run and gun weapon. For the barrel, I absolutely recommend running the long barrel to bump up that damage range, giving us a faster TTK at those medium to longer ranges, because as of right now, Black Ops 6 is still an AR dominant Call of Duty. For the underbarrel, the vertical foregrip is a must for more horizontal recoil control. We are going to be running a magazine, and luckily this weapon has a 36 round mag by default, which is huge compared to some of the other weapons. We are going to rock the flip mag to just bump up that reload speed, so we can go ahead and stay locked and loaded so we can outgun multiple people at the same time. For the rear grip, I highly recommend putting on the CQB grip. It is a fantastic attachment on the SAUG, especially if you're trying to run and gun. We have improved sprint to fire speed, slide to fire speed, as well as dive to fire speed. A massive W on a submachine gun geared for getting in the spawn and going crazy. We are going to be running a stock, and if you're a fan of the SAUG back in Black Ops 4, you're going to love this weapon with the balance stock, because you're taking advantage of more aim walking movement speed, hip fire movement speed, and strafing movement speed. Amazing on this weapon. We're not running a laser, even though we technically have room. They're going to be giving away a position. We do not want to have that happen for a submachine gun. And finally, for the fire mod, we are going to be rocking recoil springs, which are a mandatory attachment, whether you're running a 7 attachment setup or a 5 attachment setup, because we have to take advantage of more horizontal recoil control as well as vertical recoil control. It is amazing on the submachine gun. Once you go ahead and build this setup, you're going to be very happy, because in the firing range, you're going to see here we have a fast sprint out, ADS, aim walking speed is fast, and we also are going to have control to recoil. This is a fantastic submachine gun with a lightning quick TTK. Now, in order to build the proper 5 attachment class, you are going to have to give up some things. We're going to remove the balance stock, and believe it or not, we are going to remove the suppressor. We're going to rock it loud and proud, but as you guys can see here, in the firing range, we still have a fast ADS and overall a controllable recoil. Overall, a great setup. I think you guys will enjoy. Just keep in mind, you are going to be on the radar, but you're still going to have some perks, which arguably are going to be more helpful for a submachine gun build. For class setup number 3, we're taking a look at a broken XM4 setup. This is nasty in multiplayer as well as Warzone. For the optic, we are rocking the Kepler Microflex. For the muzzle, we are utilizing the suppressor, keeping us off the radar. For the barrel, we're going to rock the reinforced barrel, take advantage of both damage range and bullet velocity. The good thing about the XM4 is you do not have to rock the long barrel. On this assault rifle, it is good enough. Now, for the underbarrel, I do recommend putting on the Ranger foregrip instead of the vertical foregrip for this specific class setup. The reason being is we are going to be taking advantage of more horizontal recoil control and sprinting movement speed. This is a more run and gun assault rifle. You can still use it at longer ranges, but you definitely want to have this for this specific setup. Now, for the magazine, we're going to be rocking extended mag 3. We're utilizing the 100 round drum on the XM4. Do not sleep on it. It is broken with this weapon. Now, for the rear grip, I highly recommend putting on the commando grip. This is going to be great on all ARs, taking advantage of both aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed. Based on the fact that we are running and gunning, this is a mandatory attachment on this XM4 setup. For the stock, I highly recommend putting on the light stock. This is going to be great on this specific build because we're taking advantage of more strafing movement speed, and hipfire movement speed. Again, we're going to be running and gunning with this XM4 setup. Now, we're skipping over the lasers. These are horrible to run on assault rifles and SMGs, but for this XM4 setup, I highly recommend putting on recoil springs to bump up that recoil control, horizontal, vertical with an 8 attachment build. Why not go ahead and equip it? Now, you're going to see in the firing range why this is so darn great, because we are going to have a laser accurate AR that you can run and gun with that also has 100 rounds. Unbelievable. I don't even know why they allow you to have a 100 round drum on the XM4 and the reload is still fast. So it just doesn't make any sense. Now, for the remainder of this setup, if you want to go ahead and run the 5 attachment build, we are going to have to go ahead and give some things up. We're going to remove the recoil springs. Unfortunately, we're going to rock this weapon loud and proud. Yeah, I know it's not that big of a deal because we have 100 rounds to go ahead and dish out. And we are going to be removing the light stock. Now, once you get into the firing range, you're going to essentially have like a bare bones XM4 build, but it is still going to be usable. And I highly recommend taking a look at this if you are playing objective game modes or if you are playing 10v10. You're going to be able to mow down the entire enemy team off hard points, domination points. I mean, I still have ammo after wiping out all these targets. It is crazy. Overall, a great build. Definitely give this a try. For class setup number 4, we're taking a look at the good old JACKAL PDW, a great submachine gun both in Black Ops 6 as well as Warzone. Crazy fast TTK. We're not running an optic. The iron sights are fantastic. We are going to be running a muzzle in the suppressor. Keeping us off the radar is going to be a massive W. Like a lot of the other submachine guns here in Black Ops 6, the long barrel is going to be the best choice, giving us the fastest TTK, courtesy of improved damage range. Now, for the underbarrel, the vertical foregrip is going to be the way to go on the JACKAL PDW. This weapon does have a lot of horizontal recoil we have to control. We are running a magazine, and no matter if you're running the 5 or the 8 attachment build, extended mag 2 is going to be a great setup, allowing us to have 50 rounds so we can outgun anybody we see, especially if there's multiple people that we see on the map at the same time. We are running a rear grip, but instead of rocking the CQB on the JACKAL PDW, this weapon is better with the ergonomic grip. It's going to be improving more aim down sight speed, dive to fire speed, and slide to fire speed. A massive W on this submachine gun. Now, for the stock, we are going to go ahead and run the balance stock. This is great on the submachine gun, taking advantage of everything we need at close ranges. We have improved strafing movement speed, hipfire movement speed, as well as aim walking movement speed. Amazing. We're going to be gliding around the map with this attachment. And then finally, we are going to run a fire mod here, and just to keep everything under control, recoil springs are going to be a great choice. Once you go ahead and build the 7 attachment class setup, because we're not running an optic or a horrible laser, you guys can see here that we have a fast ADS, sprint out speed, aim walking speed is great, and we are going to be dealing with a submachine gun that is going to be able to get down no matter where enemies are on the map. It has a little bit of recoil, but not much. Now, let's just say you did not want to run a 7 attachment class. We are going to remove the recoil springs, we are going to remove the balance stock, and we're just going to be rocking the suppressor, long barrel, vertical foregrip, extended mag 2, and the ergonomic grip. This is still going to be a great build here. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie, the 5 attachment is going to be great if you guys are playing 10v10, where perks are definitely going to be more, I should say, valuable than attachments, depending on the map you're on. If it's really close, definitely give this a try, because you're gonna be able to rock flak jacket, or you can rock some other perks that'll help you survive a lot longer. And with a submachine gun like this, you're gonna be pushing those spawns, getting fast kills, and overall terrorizing the lobby. Definitely give this a go. And finally, for class setup number 5, we're taking a look at the Model L. Absolute meta, both in Black Ops 6 as well as Warzone. For the optic, you know we're gonna be rocking that Kepler microflex, making everything easier at those medium to longer ranges. For the muzzle, thankfully this weapon has low recoil. The suppressor is the way to go. For the barrel, we are going to be utilizing the reinforced barrel, taking advantage of both damage range and bullet velocity. Just like the XM4, we do not need to run the long barrel on the Model L. Now, for the underbarrel, I recommend putting on the vertical foregrip. This is great, improving that horizontal recoil control, making this weapon an absolute, literally an absolute laser beam. Point, shoot, forget about it, move on to the next kill. For the magazine, we're going to be rocking extended mag 2 here. That 50 round drum is amazing. A lot of my AR builds are now geared around having a large ammo capacity, so we can wipe out the entire enemy team and keep on moving. Now, for the rear grip, I highly recommend putting on the commando grip, great on the assault rifles for that improved aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed. Can't go wrong with it. For the stock on the Model L, the combat stock is great here, improving that flinch resistance and aim walking movement speed. We can stay on target at longer ranges if we're shot and still walk around aim down sight, ready to win each and every gunfight. I like to build the Model L similar to the KRIG C. Now, obviously, the lasers are all going to be skipped. These are relevant. And then finally, for the fire mod, we are going to rock recoil springs to bump up more horizontal recoil control and vertical recoil control. Done deal. Definitely a great attachment here. This is going to be a nasty 8 attachment class setup. Overall, one of the best, if not the best AR in the entire game, depending on your playstyle. Absolutely love this weapon. Very, very low recoil. We have a fast ADS, sprint out speed. I mean, look at how nasty this is. And the reload is also nice on this weapon as well. Now, again, for the 5 attachment setup, we are going to remove the recoil springs. We're going to remove the combat stock, and we're going to be removing the suppressor. Rocking this weapon loud and proud. We have 50 rounds at our disposal. This is going to be a great setup if you are looking just to dominate in 10v10, because in all reality, if people know where you are in 10v10, that's kind of good with a setup like this, because you're going to be able to outgun them and continue on your streak. Now, for the remainder of the class, for all of my builds, these are going to be, like I said, the top 5 fastest TTK meta loadouts here in Black Ops 6. If I am going to be building a fully loaded 8 attachment class, I will be rocking the Sierra 9mm, a fantastic secondary. It's a submachine gun, technically in the specialty category. I'm going to be utilizing the knife. I have on stem shot, blast trap, which are free kills. Run them. We have on the assault pack, rocking scavenger, assassin, bankroll, enforcer, because we have 3 perks under the same family, and you absolutely must run gunfighter so you can rock more than 5 attachments on a class setup. But like I said, if you do not want to run 5 attachments, feel free to put on perk greed, and I recommend, highly recommend, going ahead and putting on ghost, because you're going to be able to stay alive a lot longer. If I can find it, here we go, stay alive a lot longer. And again, if you don't really care about being off the radar and you're playing 10v10 hard point domination, you're an OBJ style of player, I do recommend going ahead and swapping ghost out for flak jacket. This is going to be keeping you alive a lot longer and overall allowing you to get your streaks and potentially that nuke. So if you guys enjoy, let me know down in the comment section. Also comment what is your favorite weapon to use here in Black Ops 6 right now. Drop a like on the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn those post notifications. Catch you guys in the next one, man. Peace.